Hello, everybody. Welcome to game number 4 of the third casuals tournament. It is Group B between Flamachero, Poor Sheep, Toodback, and Von Eagle. The latter three all have at least one win, with Poor Sheep having 2, currently leading the tournament. I'm Philothanic. Joining me today is Hexapus. Hexapus, what do you think about this one?
I noticed nukes again. Seems like this tournament has a lot of nukes.
There is
And
scientists, though, and a lot of
there's
ice.
scientists
So that
and a
ice
lot of ice.
scientist, is there any iron in the ice?
No. Well, there's one to the south with some iron and ice.
Yeah, a
We
little
got
row of ice.
5 ice, a line of 5 ice tiles.
Well, that
And you got
means,
geothermal too. That's an interesting scientific sign, actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
expensive
anyone
that.
goes. Well, we are going to have Toodback go for it. Poor Sheep
Scientific HQ has been founded.
I like
founded
poor ship location.
first as
With
an expansive.
and got tiles. Very nice.
Yeah, taking advantage of that high iron, high aluminum price, and low steel. First to HQ2. Von Eagle also went for a scientist. Oh, this is the other little ice spot, a 4 and 3.
Arguably better than 2D back spot actually, because you get more ice to the left.
HQ has been upgraded.
Yes, and then last
HQ has
we
been
have
upgraded.
Amachero with an expansive, also at HQ2. Next to Geotherm, had some ice up near the front, but really no other resources nearby. He's going to be shipping long distance, 0.32 a second.
Aluminum will be a problem in this game for most players because there's one little patch in the middle.
Yeah,
But I guess with poor ship being having 2 gods house, right? He'll probably keep aluminum down. So you could actually risk it and not take aluminum.
what on earth happened to the colors? Is it just me, or is the color on Mars worse? Von Eagle, another thing that Dubin pointed out, Von Eagle has easy access to glass.
Yeah, that's quite important. So that's why I think Fawn Eagle Spot is nicer than 2D back. But 2D back also has some silicon, which Slenderin is doable. But you have to get Slenderin.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what happens. Like you said, Poor Sheep also in a decent spot, double geotherms above Poor Sheep. So right now, okay, so the colony has decided to add chemical and office module in along with the machine shops. So it's looking to try to get itself a little bit more well balanced. Poor Sheep first HQ3.
Not too surprising with God Towers and cheap steel. Going for a geothermal. Nice thing about expensive is the half steel price. Usually that doesn't matter that much, except in this case the geothermal and Offworld is really where you can see the half steel cost makes a very big difference.
Poor Sheep was next to the upgrade, going for that early. I'm gonna say not Poor Sheep, Von Eagle, going for the triple food. Definitely on that ice, definitely good choice. Now moving into double power, double glass. I like what he's doing, or they are doing.
I like it very well. I also like what Van Eagle's doing too, and all his tiles are split up. Like you can only hit the food or the grass or the steel. You can't hit you can't hit all of them together.
That's very important since now scientists do not have that freeze reduction.
Yep. And the good thing about his grass, right? It connects him to the rest of the ice house. Where he can use the build more reactors and put it over there.
Oh yeah, it's hard to see, and this is an example of the colors on Mars not being as good as they used to. But yeah, this is an ice tile.
Yeah. So they're all ice tiles.
You really can't tell that.
Wait. You can't tell that. It's
even
too bright.
Even holding the Z key.
Yeah, I think the sand is just too bright, so maybe Soren can do something about it.
I'll have to post some shots of
We'll make a clip out of it.
Anyway, Back to the game instead of the art. We do have 3 players on HQ3, and then unfortunately Clamachero struggling a little bit, and part of that reason is Clamachero went into double geotherms on HQ. That is a lot of steel, even with half steel costs.
Yeah, well, the worst thing is that poor ship also went into double geo. And I don't like how poor ship is going to into that so much aluminum. What is he doing so much aluminum?
The black market is online.
Well, it is worth $76 a second, but Poor Sheep isn't selling any of it. You do have adrenaline boost going for everybody.
A bit late and a bit too. It's just a bit late to boost power right now, and it's a mistake for poor ship not to protect his god tiles. They're like
Eagle
nuke magnets.
did not realize that this is actually an ice tile.
HQ has been upgraded.
Hey, Cass, not bad, going well. The tournament started without you. I'm sorry about that.
The Von Eagle
And-
is definitely, I'd say, in the lead. Only 10k behind feedback and cash on hand, but 1 HQ ahead. And as we see, that cash advantage feedback had evaporated once I got it.
I also really like Von Eagle's position, like the market that he is in, like his fine, and it's just very well executed.
What Von
And a
Eagle
bit later,
needs to
he
do,
can even move into carbon stuff.
take
So
this
it's really,
goon
really good.
and put it either on that solar condenser or the electrolysis reactor, just so someone can't shut this whole chain down in one power surge.
Yeah. So a goon in the middle and the choke point would be very nice.
60k, 62k cash on hand for Von Eagle. The next highest is feedback with 20k. If I'm Von Eagle, I'm starting to think about a potential majority buy.
Yeah, I think a majority buy on pull ship would be pretty nice. Pull ship or to the back. Probably pull ship would be easier.
Oh, he
to
did
buy
get that
because-
goon down just in time. So,
Von Eagle?
yes, Von Eagle. So only the 3.
Wow. It's so close
Congratulations.
that the goon is not even. Can't even see the goon. Of course I can't.
Oh, Tudback can't. Goon.
Maybe it was a lucky bounce then.
Yeah, maybe the bound. Well, the goon was definitely placed before. You can see that in the chat log.
Other than that, yeah.
But instead, Von Eagle is going to go into patents.
That's a very good choice actually. Just
It-
to
Is a
keep your
good choice. The only problem I have with it is it allows somebody the potential to catch back up.
Yeah. He did have the potential to buy Sono. Like, even now, right? He has 80k, he can buy 4 stock of 2D back, and 2D back can defend himself.
There's
Yeah.
there's definitely option.
Buying someone would be the better option.
The patent lab is
Going
online.
for cutting out is not
Tries to break our
either.
stuff.
I is going for teleportation.
For you?
Yes, that makes no sense.
A D9 perhaps? But I would
Maybe-
probably go for carbon scrubbing.
I guess
or-
it might be denying because there are. You put down these pirates. Von Eagle put down 1 pirate on Tudback's glass. Well, potentially it is a denial, just so Toot can take Tudback's glass. Unfortunately, pirates do now shoot down input resources.
Which is still good. Oxygen is just
I-
oxygen is just as good as glass, so I don't mind that much
Right now, I don't mind. I'm just saying in general, I don't like that change.
in general. Actually, I like that change. It makes sense.
Makes pirates worse, which is why I don't like it.
It works either way. I mean, it's easier to remember that whatever goes through, right?
Poor Sheep now is at HQ5 along with Von Eagle. Poor Sheep is also with that. Those claim advantages, the claim advantage of the expansive is now making lots of money, and this is what I was talking about, not going for that early aggression, gives another player the ability to catch back up, and Poor Sheep has done that.
Yep. The pressure dome is doing pretty
Overloaded
well,
circuits create
273.
problems. Bid now to annoy your rival.
How much do you pay for this circuit overload? Power at 3.
I will. Well, it's a good
So-
popper, right? I probably pay for 10,000.
And
I
that
won't use it now, but I will use it like later. I think the game will go into Offworld.
feedback really needs to get out of these solar condensers. I mean, solar panels. They are literally worthless.
Optimization center is ready. Time to start improving everything.
But you know, if you delete them, and then what are you gonna do?
Power is not going to come back anytime soon. You got 4 geotherms on the map, and 2 of them are adjacent to each other.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, I guess you go into pattern lab in one of them, and
2 wind turbines from Von Eagle also would be taken out. Von
I
Eagle,
think Von Eagle is planning to get them out. He's connecting the. He got teleportation.
not teleportation.
So
Engineers have advanced our production.
all the teleportation did was save him the carbon scrubbing.
Superconductor is a absolute mistake.
Yeah, power is not coming back down. It's not even power currently. So.
You can,
The optimization
you know, make the
center is
case
online.
for teleportation simply because it denies it to other players, but you cannot convince me that Superconductor was a good patent pickup. That's just a straight up waste of money. Nanotech,
Waste of time.
carbon
More
scrubbing, all better.
Carbon scrubbing would be very nice design. Like if you get carbon
Black
scrubbing,
market is open for business.
then you can nuke out the carbon and you have the carbon market yourself. We're all at HQ5.
Yeah, we all are at HQ5. We haven't talked about Flamachero too much, simply because they've been lacking behind, but they've done a good job at catching back up Flamachero according to with the cash that they have defended and this cash on stock defended, cash on hand is vying for 3rd place right now.
Yep, but Poor Ship and Fawn Eagle are still way ahead.
The black market
Poor
is
Sheep
online.
is losing a lot of money to food in
Optimization
sea
routine
debt, the only
successful.
person in sea debt.
The engineers have advanced our production.
Who has these pleasure down?
Poor Ship and Kamachero.
Those are doing good work, $201 each.
Yep, if you get a virtual reality, then it's a $300 pressure dome.
Well, we do have 3 patent labs out on the map. Toodback is going for thinking machines, should be able to pick that up unless somebody targets it. We haven't looked at launches. 32k profit for oxygen. The issue is not a lot of oxygen sold. Would cost
But I think as the game goes on with so many optimization and scientists and expensive, oxygen price will go down.
yeah, it should. So and it is 610 is the off-world price.
Optimization center
So
is
that
ready. Time to start
should become a
improving
better
everything.
launch as we're going on. So that might be what
The
Toodback
hacker array is
considering.
finished. Time to change our passwords.
Spec also with a hacker array. Now researching financial instruments. Poor Sheep is researching carbon
Our
scrubbing,
methods continue to improve.
and Von Eagle has gone out of their patent lab after picking up nano. Nope, they got beat to nanotech.
I think it's a mistake for getting out of the pattern lab. There's still good pattern coming out, like virtual reality, financial instrument.
Now, Von Eagle is still slightly ahead of Poor Sheep and Toodback simply because of their debt. A versus C rating. Amachero, the first to get an off-world, is defended by a goon. Only
I
costs Amachero 88, a little bit less than 88k to put up.
It's a very good choice. He's behind, you have to take some risk. You just go for something that no one else has, and in this case, it's Offworld.
Von Eagle getting aggressive into Toodback. Good choice now. Would have loved to see it earlier.
Yep,
Optimization
Von Eagle is
successful.
making the right choice in buying someone, using his cash, instead of being an Offworld or
Market
doing
is
anything else.
assembled.
Just buy someone
Fortune awaits.
before he can come back.
Yeah, Von Eagle needs an additional well, want just a little bit under 300k to make the buy. Needs another 200k to get there. Still making pretty decent money with everything. Power's gotten back up more than I think either you or I would have anticipated. But not really making any money from that. That's just keeping him in his good debt position. But everything else on his base, pretty good money. Poor Sheep is going to make life a little bit interesting by buying back into Von Eagle.
I think that's the right choice because you can't let Von Eagle just run over the game.
Right, so this is where
But-
Von Eagle could panic and switch, which I think would be a mistake. I think Von Eagle needs to continue with his present course and finish the buy in 2.
We have a hard-to-come
I
by
think
land
either
zone
way
available
makes
to
sense.
the
You can
highest
either
bidder.
stay into the back, and since poor Ship didn't defend himself, right? So even if you switch, right, it's not that much of a big deal. Maybe Agro would be a little better choice if you switch, because since poor Ship have the stocks in you. Either way, it won't be too bad.
Well, Tudback might be changing things as Tudback has paid off a ton of debt. Von Eagle's
Well, I
going...
think now would be a
Engineers
good
have
time to
advanced our
switch.
production.
Now would be a good time to switch target. Because to be back pay off his debt, you
Well,
can't
he's
finish
back in
it.
C again. He didn't pay off that much debt. Still 109k. Where's Von Eagle's... There it is. Defended. Launches, 45k profit for Oxygen, cost 87k, probably a little bit less for Von Eagle to put up. Good choice.
Yeah, still they crashed the steel market pretty nicely.
Yeah,
Our search hurts quite a bit. The cam, look at the cam. $456 per cam. The carbon scrubbing, working out very nicely
Our
for him.
methods continue
for
through the
push it.
market is finished and awaiting orders.
And I think after the interest tech, Von Eagle will be wise to change target.
probably. Von Eagle's doing some good optimization.
Actually, he should be like selling it right now because the stock price on 2D back will only drop. Sell the stock right now to get as much money. Instead of doubling down.
He's
Because after you
decided
buy
to
2D back,
optimization
you can't
routine
you won't have enough cash to buy poor shit.
yeah, well, you just have to hope that poor Sheep doesn't have a cash advantage. Now, what he would need to be worried about is very quietly, Amachero over here fully defended themselves, 324k cash on hand going into a second Offworld. He's been boosting
Yep.
out this Offworld over here, and nobody's been checking it or interested. Everyone's too interested, too busy in this
that's
stock
the-
game. Von Eagle has
That's the-
100% of Tudback, needs to take that buy if he's going to do it.
Yeah,
Offworld
and he
shipment
should
lost.
like since it's so much deep
Already
into it,
money.
so he really should buy it now to finish the buy, get subsidiary in, and try to
The
get poor
engineers have
ship
advanced our
and hit
production.
poor ship as hard as possible.
He's waiting for this off-road market to finish up the launch. Unfortunately, he's doing some optimizations, which are quite expensive.
Launch
So we just have another
affirmative.
case
What
of
a
a player,
payout.
multiple optimizations, another case of a player not realizing they have a buy. The Lamanchero needs another 300k to buy out Von Eagle. Lamanchero might beat Von Eagle to the buy on Tudback. That would make life interesting.
That would be very interesting. It would be
Von Eagle realizes and takes the buy. Von Eagle doesn't have. Von Eagle doesn't have to worry about poor
Successful
Sheep. I don't
off-road shipment.
think.
Make room
Comanchero
for the
that Von Eagle
profits.
has to worry about.
Yep. And Karma Channel could actually like make the game very interesting by buying Von Eagle. Then it would be a fair game between the poor ship and Karma Channel, depending on the optimization situation.
Well, right now
Okay.
it costs about the same for Comanchero to buy out both Poor Sheep and Von Eagle. That would be
Offworld shipment launched.
an interesting decision, because if you take out Poor Sheep, you get all that stock in Von Eagle.
Yeah. And then
You
it's a
also
tough
get a
decision.
good. You also get a really good sub. Versus if you buy out Von Eagle, you're splitting everything
The black
with
market
Poor
is
Sheep. But it looks like
online.
Von Eagle's going to force Clemencero's hand.
Yep. Seems like Kamachero has no choice but to buy Fallen
Poor
Eagle
Sheep
now.
helping Von
Launch
Eagle.
affirmative. What
That
a
This is
payout.
seems like a
interesting.
mistake.
This is very interesting.
Now Clemencero's buying into Poor Sheep. Von Eagle's going into his second
The
off-world,
black market is
so
open
we'll
for business.
catch up in that regard with both Poor Sheep and Clemencero very soon.
Offworld market is assembled.
Neither of Poor
Our
Sheep's
fortune
off-worlds are
awaits.
defended. Dynamites, well, I guess Power Surges are decently priced, but Dynamites are a little bit expensive. Clemencero's off-worlds are also undefended, so Von Eagle does have a slight advantage with the only defended off-worlds, but it's not too much simply because Dynamites and Power Surges are... Well, Dynamites are on the expensive side, Power Surges getting there.
Yeah. Maybe you can see no one is using auction tile to get more tiles. That would be an interesting play for Fallen Eagle.
Right now, somebody should buy this 30k Power Surge.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that would definitely pay itself.
sitting here with its... Especially Von Eagle, since Von Eagle knows that theirs are defended.
Yeah.
Clemencero
Like
had a
it.
Dynamite stocked up. That's a good choice, blowing up Poor Sheep's off-world. Von Eagle needs
Successful off-world
another
shipment. Make room for the profits.
250k to get out Clemencero. Clemencero needs very close to getting the buy on Poor Sheep, only needs another 70k. And Poor Sheep is still 200k away from getting the buy on
Offworld
Von
shipment
Eagle.
launched. Look at all the money.
Seems like Kamachero will have to gain. I mean, I will have to buy on push chip.
Yep.
Oh, the D-Deck pick. Oh, that gonna hurt.
Right. So now Von Eagle has a slight advantage over Clemencero in three ways. Cash on hand. His sub is doing better.
Black market is online.
And Von
Launch
Eagle's off-worlds
affirmative.
are defended.
What a payout.
Clemencero's off-worlds are both undefended.
Ah, this is a pretty nice boost. You boost your farm, you boost your wind power, and you boost your off-world.
Yep. So it looks like this is Von Eagle's game to win. Clemencero definitely made a very good showing of it here at the end.
Yeah, it's good job catching up at the end.
Fortunately, he decided to buy into Poor Sheep instead of Von Eagle, which is what I would have
Optimization
done.
routine successful.
He would have bought into Von Eagle. He might have been able to buy Von Eagle, but
Successful
then Poor
off-world
Sheep would
shipment.
be the one with lots of
Make
money,
room for the
so
profits.
it's a little bit too close to call what
Yeah.
exactly would happen on that counterfactual.
If he bought Fallen Eagle
Flash
instead,
market
Push Ship
is
would
open
win, I
for
think,
business.
because
Look
of
at
Push Ship
all
has
the
more
money.
optimization, and since they're both expensive, everything else being equal, Push Ship has more cash on hand, more patterns, more optimizations, so it will turn out into Push Ship favor if he bought Fallen
Unless
Eagle.
Clemencero could make the game go long, because at that point Clemencero would have 2 fully owned subsidiaries instead of just
It's-
1.
Will be difficult to make the game any longer.
Yeah.
Because they all have a lot of cash on hand. Perhaps what he needed was a hacker array to surplus the things that he's not making. Perhaps, like I don't think there's a market that he can hack into, but
Yeah,
he can definitely surplus things that he's not making.
There's no obvious thing that Clemencero should have done better in the late game. Like, there's nothing blatantly obvious. There's just, small little things that maybe would have shifted things in his favor, and maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah. But I think overall, Von Eagle played a very solid game. His final location is pretty nice. I mean, with water, silicon, and iron, you can't find a better scientific spot than this. Um, And I think he found it third or fourth, like I think third, I think. So he even got it pretty late. So it just played well.
Yeah, well played by Von Eagle. The only area where I would have criticism for Von Eagle is he did have that ability to make that early buy, which would have put them in the driver's seat higher game instead of going in for those patents. And then also, a superconductor, I guess, paid off in the long run.
Yeah,
But
well,
at the time,
sometimes I will get superconductor as a backup. Like eventually power will bounce back up. So
right,
I won't need it now, but I might need it later.
So getting into superconductor wasn't a mistake per se. It was ignoring the better patents that were there.
Yeah.
Nanotech,
So,
carbon scrubbing.
I think something like carbon scrubbing would actually put him in a much better place because it would deny everyone else in the carbon market, and you have access to carbon market yourself. Electronic will make so much more money, and the game will be a lot more easier. And then he scrapped his talent that way, Jerry. Like after teleportation, and he should grab carbon scrubbing and then financial instrument, and then grab superconductor and nanotech. But yeah, just grabbing two patents and then leave. Not the two most beneficial patent to you either. So that's
Right.
kind of questionable.
Right, and we're being hard on Von Eagle simply because when you're playing in the casuals tournament, you can get away with these mistakes, but once you graduate to like the regulars tournament that anybody can get into, these small mistakes add up to probably a loss against someone like Blue Polina or whatever.
I should also point out Poor Sheep. He should spread his space a bit more. Like at the end of the game, right? He got power surge in the southeast wing of his base a lot, and that shut down a lot of his production. So maybe you should give up. No, you have to ship some water. Very expensive and short distance. It doesn't hurt that much.
No.
So maybe it's better off to split up the base a bit more, and that way you're more resistant to black market attack.
Tudback picked the worst of the two science found.
Well, to be honest, right, it's really hard to spot the ice.
This ice, this lighting, especially with the solar flare.
I don't blame him, right? Because it's hard to find these, the ice scientists, but they're not that obvious.
I'm gonna take a print screen of this and I'm gonna post this. Soren Fix-It channel. Definitely not as good in the color as it used to be before Jupiter's Forge. They tinkered with the color setting on Mars and they should have blown. Anyway, Comanchero did quite well, I'd say, for the founding location that they had, because it was definitely between Tudback and Comanchero. I'm not sure which one had the worst founding location. Definitely one of the two.
I think 2D back has a slightly better finding location than Comanchero, because 2D back is more centralized to everything, and he has silicon and carbon and aluminum assets, whereas Comanchero, all he has is iron and some ice.
Right, and Comanchero did two things very well in this game. Building that early Offworlds definitely allowed them to get back into the game, and then also some very decent optimizations. Might have stayed in the steel too long. I'm not sure if the steel was actually ever rotated out of, or if it just stayed here the entire game. I know that triangle was their original triangle. But I don't know about the 5.
Yeah, I didn't keep tab on him that much, so I don't know either. But I think poor ship was in too much steel at one point, and he was leaving out the life support market for the scientists, which really gave Fallen Eagle the edge
Well,
because Fallen, yeah,
that's where Poor Sheep got into their debt problems. If you go and look at auto purchased 144k food, purchased 145k food annually. That's a lot of food debt on the auto purchase side. So that's pretty much most of their debt right there.
yeah. So I think early on, right, he like making steel is fine, but at some point you have to rotate out steel so that you can avoid some debt problem, make some life support, and make some money. You know, steel is good, but it won't help you upgrade. It won't help you earn money much, especially after the steel market has a crash. And with scientists always miss too much steel.
Poor Sheep did do a good job picking up the correct patents. If they would have kept their debt down by going to life support and, like you said, challenging the scientists in that market, not blobbing up so much, making it easy to power surge them, they would have probably been a lot more competitive. And that's not to say they weren't competitive. Poor Sheep definitely was competitive, but might have been sitting in the victor's seat with a few tweaks.
Yeah, it's just small mistakes, you know.
Yeah, that's the problem with Offworld. Small mistakes will definitely, in your micro, definitely kill you in StarCraft and Offworld. Making the small mistakes of not producing the right stuff, or not setting up your base correctly, or not noticing you have a majority buy, just as bad as making a micro mistake in StarCraft that gets all your army destroyed.